So grateful. Yes, Lord. So grateful. Yes. Lord, I thank you. Thank you, Lord.
I don't know about you, but I'm not ashamed to tell you that if it had not been for the Lord, I don't know where I would be. If God had not saved me, Lord, I don't know where I would be. Hallelujah.
Thank you, Jesus. Oh, thank you. Save us.
Please go with me today.
Thank you. Thank you.
The book of Habakkuk. Give all praise to God and honor and glory to Him who is worthy. My beloved pastor, to all of the ministers, to everyone assembled here this morning, I thank God for another undeserved opportunity to tell somebody about the goodness of God. It didn't have anything to do with me. It ain't nothing that I have done. In fact, if He had hinged it upon me being me, I wouldn't be here.
Amen.
So I'm thankful to the Lord for another chance. For your hearing, I will read from the second chapter of Habakkuk, beginning at the first verse. And it reads, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and will watch to see what He will say unto me and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon the tables,
Plain.
that he may run that readeth it.
Amen.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because surely it will come. It will not tarry. I want to have just a few minutes this morning to ask a question. How long is the wait? How long is the wait? Please be seated. I ask that you would please pray for me and pray with me this morning.
Go ahead on. Yes, ma'am.
How long is the wait?
Yes, it's the word.
You know, the word wait suggests that there is a delay or a postponement of something.
Yeah.
It suggests that there is a time frame of lingering, if you will.
Come on. Come on.
And waiting is one of those things that we
Come on.
have trouble with
All right.
because it requires us to have some patience.
Yes, it is.
And
Right.
I'm surprised that we have trouble waiting. When I started studying on this, I found myself really surprised because I thought, well, you know what? There are so many things in our lives every day
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
that
Come on.
cause us to wait.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
We wait in line at the grocery store to check out. We wait for the check to come in the mail.
Yes, ma'am.
We get on the computer and we wait for our programs to download.
Come on.
We wait at the red light
Yes,
sometimes.
yes, ma'am.
We wait to be seated at a restaurant.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
that one's really interesting because when we go to the restaurant, we want to know because we want to know how long we're going to have to wait.
Come on. Come on.
Then once we are seated in the restaurant, then we wait to be served.
Come on.
So we spend a great deal of our lives waiting, and yet this is something that we don't want to do.
Come on.
We hate waiting.
That's right.
We do.
Yes, ma'am.
That's why society as a whole has started to make everything hurry up, quick, fast, right now kind of thing.
That's right. That's right.
We have called waiting
That's it.
because, you know, we want to hurry up,
That's right.
talk to this person so we can hurry up and then talk to that person.
Yes, ma'am.
We have instant messaging.
Oh,
Oh, and some of us,
shit. Come on.
we got that texting thing down. There's pay at the pumps. And sometimes when you're on the computer, it'll kind of give you an estimate of how long you're going to be waiting on something.
Come on.
And I think that's really interesting because it's like they don't want you to go away. They want you to, you know, stay there. So they tell you, try to keep your attention focused there. But waiting is hard for us. In the early 1980s, Prince
Come on. That's right.
All right.
had a song.
Still wait. Still wait. Still wait. Still wait. Still wait.
My brother knows.
Yes, sir.
And he said, I'm still waiting. Well, in the song, he's talking about how all of his friends have found love. And how he's still waiting. But if you check the words of the song, he says something in there about how he's waiting for that love. He's not just looking for any old love. He's waiting for that. And so, because he's waiting on a particular love, then he laments that he is still waiting. And he goes on to say that there are some nights that he has to spend alone, and that he's crying sometimes, and that his patience is fading fast. But in the midst of it all, I'm still waiting.
That's it. That's
And
right.
so then, it sounds to me like he's suggesting that whatever it is that he's waiting for must be worth the wait. So, waiting is one of those things that we have to do, but we don't necessarily want to do.
That's right. That's right. Yes, ma'am. That's
We come
right.
in and we sing every Sunday morning that God's got a blessing with our name on it.
Come on. Come on.
We fold our shoulders and we say, I'm gonna wait on it. when the truth is,
Come on.
not really.
That's it. Come on.
Maybe we need to add a line in there. And we'll put something like, oh, wait on it, but don't take too long. Because while we declare we don't mind waiting, and I'm going to wait on it because we got my name on it. Really? You know what you think.
Come on. That's it. That's it.
And we pray to God
Come on.
about something, and then we tell him we're willing to wait, and
Come on.
we really want it right here, right now. We want to know, how long, Lord,
That's it.
is the wait? And so we might even wait for a little while.
Come on. Come on.
Yes, we will. I'm waiting. I'm like Prince. I'm still waiting. I'm just waiting on the Lord. Oh, but I'm going to wait.
Come on.
But let it seem like it's taking too long.
That's it.
We get nervous and start taking things into our own hands.
Come on. That's it. Come on.
And I don't know, what is it? Is it that we think that God has forgotten?
Come on. That's it.
Or do we think that he cannot handle it?
That's it.
Or do we think that he just needs our little help?
Come on.
I don't know. But that's what we tend to do. We take over.
That's it. All right. Come on. That's a good word.
We don't want to wait too long. We want to know how long is the wait. It's true. If you check the Bible, you can ask Sister Sarah.
That's it.
God had promised that she was going to bear a son.
All right.
And so she decided that it seemed to be taking him too long.
Come on. That's it. That's it.
And so the Bible says that she decided to help him out.
Come on.
No, it doesn't say it like that, but if you read it, then you know that that's what she did.
That's right.
She decided to help him out.
That's it.
And this blows my mind because she helped him out by sending another woman
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
into her husband.
Come on.
And she somehow
Come on. That's it.
believed
Come on.
that that was what God would have her to do.
Come on.
See, this is what we do.
Come on. That's it.
It's just like us.
Right.
We'll talk to God about something.
Come on.
He has already given you the answer.
Come on. That's his word. Come on.
And then when we decide, well, it's taking too long to get to where I would like it to be, we jump in there and we take over.
Come on. Come on.
And then we start doing some crazy stuff. And, well, but, you know, I believe that the Lord had me do this.
Come on.
I'm just saying.
That's it. That's right.
So she sends
Come on.
Hagar into her husband.
Come on. That's it.
She said, God has restrained me from having a child.
Come on.
But he's already told you.
Come on. Yeah. Come on.
But Sarah was so kind and so gracious. She offered her help to God.
Come on.
And of course, it's her help that has us having so many of the issues that we experience now in the Middle East. It's her help, you understand?
That's right.
You do know Ishmael.
That's right.
Okay.
That's it.
So, because she couldn't or she wouldn't take God at his word,
Come on. That's right.
she decided to go ahead and help God out. But you know, when we refuse to wait on God, we can really mess up some stuff.
That's right. Yes.
We can really really mess up some stuff. This is why we find ourselves in relationships
Come on.
that we know we're not supposed to be in.
That's right. Come on.
And then we will talk ourselves into believing
That's it.
that we're supposed to be in that relationship. You want to know why he's turning you every which way but loose?
That's it.
God sent me a man.
Come on.
Then why you got to talk to the Lord now about what this man you gave me?
Sit him back. Come on.
Because I didn't give him to you. You went and got him. You went and got him.
That's it.
You decided you couldn't wait for me.
That's right.
You jumped ahead of the plan.
Come on.
And you got yourself into that situation.
Come on. That's right.
This is why when we say, Lord, can you, I'm gonna need that job, you know, I need that powerful, almighty paying job, that one, you know what I'm talking about.
Come on.
And I'm not saying that you can't have that. Right. What I am saying is that to whom much is given, much is required. And so if you decide that you're going to run up in there and tell that man, well, yeah, I can handle this. You better be ready to do what he's oh, Lord, I feel like going to work, don't feel like it. I'm just saying, we really know how to mess up some stuff. We need to back up and realize God does not need our help.
Yes,
The Bible says he's able to do exceedingly abundantly of all that we can even begin in our brains
that's right.
to ask him or to think about. So we got to learn how to wait. You know how when you call some of these companies and you get like an automated answering service, and then it says, see, you hate to wait, don't you? But sometimes you get one and it says, press this number for your party. And you press the extension for your party, and then it'll say, please enjoy the music while we locate your party.
Come on.
Okay? We got to learn how to enjoy the music.
That's right.
Wow. You located the party. But we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. Hurry up and get on the phone. Hurry up and get on the phone.
That's right.
We got to learn to enjoy the music. We'll go out and mess up some stuff, and girl, why are you doing that? We quick to say, oh, well, you know, well, faith without works is dead. Sometimes your work is simply your sacrifice of praise or your exhibition of trust while you're waiting on the Lord to work through your situation.
That's it, right?
Sometimes that's your work.
That's right.
We can't always use that as an excuse. Declare, well, faith without works is dead, so I'm going to go over there and get him. I'm just keeping it real. You better back up and you better ask God. And while you're asking God, you need to ask him for a man who loves him. Not somebody to love you. Because if you ask him for somebody to love him, if it's somebody who loves him, then he's going to know that the Lord requires him to love you. And how he's supposed to handle you as a woman. So you better ask him.
That's right.
Send me a godly man. Send me a godly woman. Don't just sit there no drunk.
That's it.
That's the problem. We don't get drunk.
That's right. I'm like, that's it.
We got to learn how to wait.
That's it.
So here in this book of Habakkuk, he is one of the 12 minor prophets. And this is a short book. It's only got 3 chapters. And so if you don't mind this morning, I'm going to talk about kind of the whole thing together.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And so in the first chapter, we find Habakkuk is talking to God about the oppression and the violence and the wickedness that exists in Judah among God's own people.
Come on. Amen.
And nothing seems to be happening. He is talking to God, but God seems silent.
Come on. Come on, baby.
And so, like many of us, he asks God, he wants to know, why is it that you are inactive?
Come on. Yes, ma'am. That's
Don't
it.
you understand what's going on here?
Yes, ma'am.
Don't you care about what's happening here?
Come on.
And so he starts out by asking the Lord, "Oh Lord, how long shall I cry and thou wilt not hear?"
Come on. Yes, ma'am.
How long?
That's right.
I don't know about you, but I know there have been some times in my life
Come on. Yes, ma'am.
when I have asked, Lord, how long?
Amen.
How long, Lord?
Yes, ma'am.
I know you said weeping may endure for a night. That joy will come in the morning, Lord, but how long?
That's all right. That's it. Come on.
How long is this night?
How long is this life?
So Habakkuk was in a dark place because he was worried about Judah being invaded by Babylon and,
That's right.
and Judah's spirituality being on the decline, and his own faith was starting to falter.
That's right. Yes, ma'am.
Ever been there?
Yes.
Ever been in a deep, dark place where you had to struggle and it was all that you could do to trust God? Ever been in a situation where life gets hard and you begin to doubt and wonder?
Yes.
Ever been in a place where your heart was breaking
Yes,
and
ma'am.
your eyes were crying and you were all cried out and everything was falling apart and you were talking to God, but it seemed like God was not talking back to you?
Amen. Come on. In there. That's all right. That's all right. That's a good word. Amen. Yes.
How long is the wait? So then, what about when God does talk back to you and what he's saying is not exactly what you wanted or expected?
That's it. Come on.
That's what's happening here with Habakkuk.
All right.
He's been crying out to the Lord and asking the Lord to help Judah. And so when God finally did reply, he told Habakkuk, he said, "Oh yeah, I see what's going on.
That's it. That's right.
I've been watching
Yes.
and I'm working on it."
Yes. Come on.
And that's what he says to us.
Yes.
I see all, I know all.
That's right. Amen.
So he tells Habakkuk, I'm working on it, I've got a plan.
That's right.
And my plan is that I'm going to send the Babylonians to you to invade you and to take you into captivity.
Come on. That's it. Yes, ma'am.
Habakkuk takes issue with this. God's handling. He says, now wait a minute, aren't you a holy God? You know how we do it. Now, Lord,
Come on.
Habakkuk said, you're going to let people more wicked than the people of Judah come in and prevail over us? We're your own people.
Come on.
And you're going to let this happen to your own people? You know how we do it.
That's right.
Lord, I'm trying to do right, and yet they got the promotion.
Come on.
That's how we do it. You know how it is. I'm trying to do right, Lord, and I can't get no Sundays off, Lord.
Come on. That's it.
All right.
I'm trying to pay my tithes, Lord.
Oh yeah.
They over there getting the house.
That's it.
All right now.
Come
So
on.
you mean to tell me, Lord, you're going to let
That's all right. Come on.
our
That's all
enemy
right.
prevail over us?
That's all right.
I mean, I know we got some issues, Lord,
Come on.
but I ain't as bad as him.
That's right. Come on. Right.
That's really what he's saying. We got some issues, Lord. I know we do, because that's what I've been whining and begging and pleading to you about. But look, we ain't like them.
Come on.
And you're going to let them come over here and take us?
That's right. That's all right. Come on. That's all
Or
right.
say yes.
Yes.
See, sometimes the Lord will allow your enemies to prevail over you
Amen. Yes, sir. That's right.
for a while.
For a while. That's it.
That's why the Bible says that after you have suffered for a while, that He will make you perfect,
Right.
establish you, strengthen you,
Yes. That's all right. Yes.
and settle you.
That's all right.
But yes, He will allow your enemies to prevail over you.
Yes. All right. Amen.
Sometimes, you know, we need our enemies.
Right. Right. Amen. Amen.
For some of us, if we didn't have, and when I say enemy, let me be clear, your enemy is not just a flesh and blood person. Okay? Your enemy, your adversary, whatever comes against you. Okay? So we need our enemies sometimes, because if we didn't have an enemy,
Come on.
then we wouldn't get right with God.
Come
You know,
on.
we say we want to be overcomers,
Come on. That's it.
but we don't want to have something to overcome. So you got to have an enemy. Pastor, I believe one time you put it like this. You said we need an agitator.
That's right.
And we do.
Amen.
We do.
Amen.
And you know, typically when you say he's just agitated, that sounds like a bad thing.
Come on.
But it's not always a bad thing.
Right.
Because when you have an agitator, there's some motion going on.
Amen.
Think about it. In your washing machine, there is an agitator. Now, what if you took the clothes and you threw them in the washing machine and there was no agitator? You go back, open the machine.
Yeah. Clothes is wet.
What?
Yeah.
You just got wet, dirty clothes now. But with the agitator,
That's it.
the agitator in the machine starts moving stuff around, moving it back and forth and shaking it up, and sometimes it makes it a little wrinkle, and sometimes you have to put it on a delicate so it won't be so hard on it, but you need an agitator to get the dirt out of the clothes. So sometimes we need our enemies to agitate us, otherwise we can't find you. So this is why the Lord will allow our enemies to prevail over us sometimes. Sometimes, you know, we get off track.
That's it. Amen.
And not only do we get off track, but we get content
That's it. Yeah.
being off track. We okay.
That's right.
Not only am I content, I'm actually enjoying it.
Yeah. Come on. Yes, ma'am. Oh, that's good.
And so if the Lord does not allow our enemy to prevail over us, we're just content and happy to stay off track.
That's right. Come on.
So yeah, that's one reason why the Lord will allow our enemies to prevail over us. Another reason,
That's right.
sometimes He is trying to set you up for something greater.
That's it. Yes, sir.
Sometimes He is trying to prepare you for something.
Yes, ma'am.
Whereas if He didn't allow you to have to go through some stuff, you wouldn't be able to handle the pressure of something great. So sometimes He has to let your enemies overtake you in order for you to understand what it's like to have been overtaken. So yes, sometimes He will allow your enemies to prevail to set you up for something greater. And then sometimes your enemies are allowed to prevail because God is pruning you to make you look more like Him. See, when it's springtime, Brother Dunn, where you at? Brother Dunn, there you go. Brother Dunn, is that when we prune the trees in the spring? You go and you start cutting the trees back. Oh, why are you cutting the trees back? Why are you cutting down all the trees? We do it out here on the lot.
That's right.
We start cutting down the trees, chopping off the arms and limbs. Yeah. And the reason is because in order for it to look the way that it is supposed to look, to cut it back every once in a while. And so this is why God will allow our enemies to prevail over us sometimes. He will start cutting away at us the stuff that does not look like him. That does not look like me. That does not look like me. And that does not look like me. So he will prune you so that you can look more like him. More like what he intended you to look like.
That's all right.
So yes.
That's all right.
He will allow your enemies to prevail over you.
That's good word.
And then sometimes
That's all right.
the enemies prevail over you
Yes, ma'am.
is simply for the glory of God.
Yes, ma'am.
It's just so that when you come out,
Yes.
not if you come out, but when you come out, when you come out with the victory, there will be no doubt in your mind, no doubt in the enemy's mind,
That's
who
all right.
brought you out.
That's all right.
See, if you read and you study Habakkuk,
That's right.
you'll see in that first chapter where there's a description of the Babylonians. And they talk about how swift they are in battle and how they were like leopards. And it gives a description which basically says they are fierce and you don't want to fool with them.
Right.
And so this is why Habakkuk is having trouble understanding why it is that God is going to let people like this prevail over them.
Right. That's right.
Sometimes it's just for the glory of God. Just so that we will know that there's no doubt that it was God.
That's right.
So then basically God is using the Babylonians
That's right.
to chastise his own people.
That's right.
And the Bible teaches us that whom God loves, he,
Chastise. All right. That's all right. Good word. That's right. That's good.
yes, okay, these are my own people. Yes, you are. But because you are in need
Come on.
of chastisement, I'm going to do it through your enemy.
Come on.
The Bible says if I don't chastise you, that must mean that you're not mine.
That's right. Come on.
That I don't love you.
That's it.
You just an illegitimate child. That's what it says. So he is using their enemy to chastise them. Of course, Habakkuk doesn't want the people to have to endure this invasion and this captivity. But in this second chapter where we started reading, it seems to me that this is when Habakkuk has started to just kind of shake himself. Wait a minute.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me stop for a moment and enjoy this music. Let me stop. He starts to remember that God's ways are not our ways. And that his timing is not our timing.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So he says, okay, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower
Come on.
and watch. I like to interchange that, and wait to see what he will say unto me. This is after he's been talking to the Lord,
Amen.
questioning God and asking God, don't you notice us? Don't you see? Don't you care? What are you going to do? What? Are you that kind of God that you would allow this to happen? And then when he comes to himself and he said, wait, I'm going to stand upon my watch, set upon the tower, and see what he will say unto me.
That's right.
And so then once he decided to stop questioning God and to settle down and to listen to God and to wait for God, God did answer him.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's what this second verse starts out with. He says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision, make it plain upon the tables. He said, write it down so they can see it. Write it on the tables so that they can see it. Make it plain. In other words, I am going to come see about you, and I am going to deliver you.
That's right.
Verse 3. But the vision is yet for an appointed time.
That's right.
At the end it shall speak. And then he goes on to say, though it tarry, in other words, you may have to wait a while. You may have to sit around and be like Prince. You might have to wait for an answer.
Right. Yes, ma'am.
But the Bible says, though it tarry, wait for it.
That's right.
That's good word.
That's it. Yes, ma'am.
Though it may linger, though it may be delayed, though it may be postponed, wait for it.
Wait for it. All right. That's it.
Wait for it. And then it says it will surely.
Come on. Yes, ma'am. Sure.
It will surely come. In other words, you will prevail if you'll just wait on it.
Right.
And so I just wanted to come today just to tell somebody, I don't know what it is that is going on with you. I don't know what it is that you are trying to fix.
All right.
I don't know what it is that you have been laying before the Lord about. But all you need to do is remember the word of the Lord. Though it tarry, wait for it. It's really funny because you know tarry means the same thing that wait means. Tarry means to linger, to postpone, to delay.
It's all right.
Wait means to tarry, to linger, to postpone, delay. So then the Bible tells us that though it waits, you wait. Though it waits, you tarry. Though it tarry, you wait. Wait on it.
It's all right.
Stop questioning God. Lord, why me? Why this? And why not you?
All right. All right. Good word.
Just because it tarries.
Come on.
See, we got to remember this. That just because something is delayed
Come on.
does not mean that it is being denied. But we forget that.
That's it.
And we want it to hurry up right here, right now.
All right.
So we want to run ahead of the plan.
Come on.
But the Bible says, though it tarry,
Right.
wait for it. Somebody got to get that in your spirit today. Because whatever it is, you have started thinking that God has forgotten.
That's right. Amen. Yes, ma'am. Amen. Yes, ma'am.
You're thinking that he's not listening to you.
That's right. Come on. That's it.
You're thinking that he does not care about your situation.
That's right.
I got news for you today. Though it tarry, wait for it. When you can't do nothing else, just wait for it. When you ain't got no place else to go, stand on your watch and wait for it. I imagine that's what Habakkuk did. I imagine that once he shook himself and he started to settle himself down, that he said, wait a minute, I'm going to stand up. Not only am I going to stand up, I'm going to stand on my watch. He said, while I'm standing on my watch, I'm going to wait to see what he's going to say to me. When he will reprove me, that would mean when he gets on my case about questioning him.
That's all right. That's it.
He said, I'm going to stand on my watch. You know, people in the military, people in the military and law enforcement as well, you know, they call their shifts their watches.
That's right.
And they take pride in making sure that nothing happens on my watch. See? So when Habakkuk said, I'm going to stand on my watch,
That's it.
gonna stand on my watch.
That's all right. That's right. That's all
Wait
right.
and see what he has to say. I hear the voice of Job saying, oh, my appointed time, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until my change comes. That the Lord give it, and the Lord take it away when I see the rest of the Lord. He said, I'm gonna wait. David said, I waited. I had to wait. I had to wait. David said, I'm a man after God's own heart. And I had to wait on him.
That's it. Right. Yeah.
He said, so I waited patiently.
That's right. That's all right. Right.
So I waited patiently. He didn't just wait. He said, I waited patiently. I waited on the Lord patiently. And he turned to me and he heard me. And then he picked me up out of the mire. He placed my feet on a firm rock. He put a new song in my mouth. And he said, I waited. So if a man after God's own heart has to wait, what make you think you all that at a bag of chips that you ain't got to wait on some stuff? You better wait. Better wait. When you can't do nothing else, wait. I